All right, so for the next couple assignment, the next one, the first thing we're going to talk about is box and whisker plot. So box and whisker plot is based on quartile. Okay, so we're going to construct this one. So before we can construct the box and whisker plot, we have to figure out Q1, Q2, Q3, and also the min and the max. So there's a couple of things you need to figure out before you can do that. So we need to know the minimum. So we need to figure out the min, Q1, Q2, Q3, and then the max. Okay. So when we do that, we're going to construct a number line. We're going to have our min. We're going to have our max. So this is the data that we use. This isn't the first example that we did it last time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down Q1, Q2, and Q3 because we know those three. So for this one, we're just going to focus on how to construct a box and whisker plot. So I'm not going to focus on how to find Q1, Q2, and Q3. If you need to go back and review for it, there's another video that you can watch, all right? So let's review. We have Q1 is 10, Q2 is 15, and Q3 is 18, right? Let's look at the minimum and the max. So minimum is the lowest number. In this case, we know the minimum is 5. So let's label that. Min is 5. And the highest values that we have, in this case, the highest number, which is the max, is 37. So here's how it's worked. I'm going to label 5. Whoops. So the first is going to be the min, so that's going to be 5. The max is 37. So to construct the box and whisker, we just pretty much plot all of these 5 things. Minimum, max, Q1, Q2, and Q3. So think about 37, and I'm thinking about 15. 15, it should be around here, okay? I'm thinking about, it's okay, it's close enough, and that's fine. 10 is a little bit close. And then 18 is a bit, so 10 to 15, the difference is about 5. So 15 to 18, I'm thinking is about a bit closer, okay? So to construct the box of whisker, it's really simple. You just draw the box around Q1, Q2, and Q3. So you have your minimum, and I'm going to construct a box around, we have Q1, Q2, and Q3. So this is called the whisker box and whisker plot. So a couple of steps. You need to know the minimum, Q1, Q2, and Q3. We also need to figure out the minimum and the maximum. Okay, the minimum and the max, that's the one that I will do first. Q1, Q2, and Q3 depend on the values. It's like a number line. Sometimes it's closer to the min, sometimes it's closer to the max, sometimes it's in the middle. It depends on our Q1, Q2, and Q3. So this is a box and whisker plot. So let's look at Khan Academy, couple Khan Academy assignments that you will see that involve box and whisker plot. So let's do the first example. So one of the Khan Academy assignment would be they give you a box and we need to figure out which one match with the list. Which list, A, B, C, or D, which one match with the box. So in order for me to do this, I'm going to figure out a couple of things. I need to look for the min and the max. So the minimum in here is 3, right? The very first line is Q1, Q2, and Q3. So Q1 is 7, Q2 is 10, Q3 is 13, and the maximum is 18. How do I know that? I'm looking at the number line. kind of match up with the number line. Okay, so I know my minimum is 3 and 18. So the lowest is 3, the highest is 18. Well, if I look in here, that's eliminate the third choice, because I have my minimum is at 2. But in here, my minimum is at 3. So that's eliminate choice C. So for me, what I can do right now, I'm looking for Q2. So I'm going to split that into half. Not half, but I'm looking for the number in the middle, which is 10. So I'm going to do the same for all of them. So this one is a little bit longer. Well, in here, for the last choice, I don't even see number 10 in there. So I'm going to cross that one out. It's kind of eliminate that choice. Okay, so now it's down to choice A or B. So sometimes we can do elimination process. Or you can use the Google Sheet, type in the list of number, and then they will tell you Q1, Q2, and Q3, right? You can, whichever way that works for you. Now in here, I'm going to go back and look, so I know it's between this. So 10, okay. Okay, so I'm looking here, my median for this one is 8, and the median for this one is 13. Well, the median for the box, the Q1 is 7. Look in here, the median here is 7 and 13. So which one match with a box? Is this choice, right? So the answer for this one is B. So that's one of the problems you will see in Khan Academy. Okay, so there's a couple ways for you to eliminate. I would narrow it down, but pretty much you want to match the box with the list. So another way, use Google Sheet, figure out Q1, Q2, and Q3, or do what I just did. Let's take a look at another one. For this one, it's giving you the list.